and welcome to another episode of Stock Talk. I am your host, Mike. We got a decent show planned for you today. Please like and subscribe. We're going to cover fastest, most friendliest way to cover the most top stocks this go-around, this cycle. Hopefully it's a better day than Monday and Friday, and hopefully we did see a sea of green in certain stocks on the twits that are the most top trending and watched. We're going to cover two of those, and then we're also going to cover one of our subscribers' stocks that he brought up that he wants covered. If you have any stocks that you want to cover, please like and subscribe. Put your stocks in that you want other listeners and respondents to know about and what they do, and we will cover them the best we can with all the news we have from our Google machine. Going on to one of the first stocks we're going to talk about is AMBI. Emergency Response. Ambipar Emergency Response. Last tick on this one was $12.25, a gain today of $6.60. Going to the chart, you see that today resistance pop up, and of course, shorties got out. You saw a high here above the $15 mark here, up to 20, and then obviously the shorts get out. They salute their shorts, and you get what you get is just basically what we normally see when the shorts do this. Some of them have their trading rooms and stuff like that on TV, where the notice goes out on the YouTube channel, and then get out time. But you know, unfortunately, sometimes people always get hung up out to dry. Eventually, it catches up with them. Sometimes not. Sometimes we have lots of winners. Going to year to date on this, 235 on the past year. So that's something. So if you're new to this, get into paper trading. Do not jump into something just because you saw it on a promotion list and some guy on YouTube was talking about it, telling you that it's the best thing since sliced bread. Know what you're buying, 116.81% today. Going on to the Alphabet news, let's check out and see what they got on the hook right here. Going to investors' play. Ambipar Emergency Response stock up 200% today. Near enthusiasm takes precedence over big picture concerns. Article is brought to you by Investors Place by Bob Enomoto. Shares of Ambipar Emergency Response spike higher triggered by circuit breakers. The company recently completed its merger with the blank check firm. AMBI stock likely jumped to near-term market enthusiasm against broader anxieties. Amid the robust rally in equity sector today, environmental services specialist Ambipar Emergency Response jumped dramatically, likely a beneficiary of positive market momentum following significant concerns over the viability of the financial institutions. Well, don't worry, because there was just a Band-Aid. If regulators and financial people and the talking heads and big heads and politicians don't get their shizit together, then we're likely to, and the constant spending happens, you're likely to see this continue on unless cooler heads prevail and they get their act together, which I don't see the spending stopping anytime soon. But that's just me. When you have constant just trash spending and things like that, we're just digging a hole deeper and deeper until people actually want to stop kicking the can down the road, and actually politicians, regulators, and other people and business people get together and say, hey, we need to do stuff for the people because this thing's getting out of control. AMBI stock initially popped up 200% before triggering the circuit breakers. They're an encouraging sign on the surface. Investors still faced broader anxieties that may pressure sentiment over the long run. Founder in 1995, Brazil-based Ambipar offers a wide range of environmental solutions. Primarily, the company focused on waste recovery and response to environmental emergencies. Further, it provided customized solutions for each client it serves. Ambipar features operations its home market as well as abroad. As the start of the current month, MBI stock likely soared 200% as its shareholders of HPX Core, a special purpose acquisition company, SPAC, agreed to merge with Ambipar. Later on March 6th, the two enterprises completed the merger with equity shares trading higher, ticker symbol AMBI, and warrants with AMBIWS. Bury the lead in the article, but it says layoff in the technology sector space also continue to weigh on the economy. Meta Platforms recently announced that the company plans to cut 10,000 employees. And the list goes on and on and on and on. And it will continue to be that way, like I said, and you will continually have shizzy days like Friday, or just say shitty days on Friday and Monday. Some of you didn't have shitty days because you short, but eventually, unfortunately, the short will catch up to you as it has to people in the past. But we can go to StockTwits, and we will also go to the website, check out what the real traders are saying, and check out the website and things like that. The website looks pretty good, better look good, because it's not a Mr. Thank you very much stock. It's not a Mr. Ham Sandwich stock. Hit $20 today with news of things breaking through. It says, see what Ambipar can do for your company. Conveyors of storage, commercial facilities, telecoms, gas stations, automobile industries, steel metalwork industry, food and beverage, cosmetic hygiene, ports of hydroelectric stations, paper pulp, automotive industries, commercial facilities, yada, yada, yada. 39 countries, 6 continents, 400 bases with one goal, helping your company take care of the planet. Because if they're not taking care of the planet, who will take care of the planet? Definitely not politicians. They only want to talk big talk, and then they will do something else like fly a big giant plane. Area countries where Ambipar is active. You can see in North America, Brazil. You also have in parts of Africa, Southeast Asia, and Europe. Through here are some projects. You can keep up with the latest events related to Ambipar. You can see a private initiative in Brazil demonstrating engagement and sustainability. The COP's 27 mirror moment, we live in the future we want. Let's see what else we have here. What would you say they do here? They have their environmental services. As a pioneer in environment solutions, Ambipar works great through domestic territory, offering integrated solutions and for all business chains. With principles of the circular economy, Ambipar incorporates the wastes into production process that reduce the uses of natural resources and financial costs of the continuity of the business and subsidizing its customers of full involvement, enhancing with the ESG, environment, social, corporate, governance indicators. I believe that's the clean soil, which that soil looks dope, by the way. As a pioneer in management, full recovery, industrial waste, minimizes environmental impacts, offering integrated solutions focused on no landfill sites, politics. That's doubtful there. Sorry, I just have to throw in my 2 cents every once in a while. Following the principles of circular economy foreseen for the national policy of solid waste, with consolidation of management repos, traceability, legal, environmental compliance. Ambipar subsidizes its customers will be fully involvement, enhance the EIG, environmental, social, and corporate governance indicators. Waste treatment, research, development, and innovation, agronomics, valuation, and environmental engineering. You have the where they demonstrate here hazardous waste, organic waste, recycled waste, and industrial waste. You have the chain of the circular economy and how they operate for that. So with recovering of non-complex waste, they invest in new concepts of circular economy for recovering non-complex waste, and it's dedicated to it. The company is therefore guiding a perspective of focusing on sustainability business principle, using a wide sense of recovery of non-complex waste. As you could see, your plastics, your tinfoil, and your aluminum. As we know, with some were alerted to this a while ago, which some of you don't know. Some of the recycling plan from areas were sent to Southeast Asia, mainly a country called China. And it's alleged that a lot of they were trying to do a plastics plan in the 1990s, and that went to some of the plastic there went to the garbage can. And so they've been trying to transfer things to Vietnam. That was about 2 years ago. I don't know where that's at, but apparently China has abandoned the plastics plan. So some of you thought that you were recycling your water bottles. Well, they made it over to China, and some of things, you might have found some water bottles and some of your dog toys, which when the dog chews it up, you can see the plastic noisemaker in there. So that's how they recycled your water bottle. That's one way they did it. But you still went to the garbage can anyway after the dog chewed the toy up. And interesting enough, check your dog's toys for water bottles that have been chewed, and you might see some of your recycling plan at work. Expertise with that was your most non-important fact that if you wanted to know. Expertise with recovery of non-complex waters, among them recycling diapers, sanitary pads. Interesting, sanitary pads. recycling of blisters, pharmaceuticals, cosmetic ones, hydro, alcohol recycling, dairy recycling, chemical recycling, and reduce organic waste in the animal feed of others. Now, that last take I said that did not have anything to do with this company. It was just from a company to be named later. Waste collection and transport. Through the collection of transportation services, Ambipar serves a greater generator of waste such as gas stations, industrial malls, business, hospitals, collections, transport, and final destination of Class 1 hazardous materials. We do have to say one thing, guys, while doing this, is that at least they're a company that's actually doing something for the earth. Not saying some of the other ones, at least they're trying to make it a semi-clean planet because, as you know, there's just tons of waste and people are not cleaning up after themselves. So if Ambipar is going to do that, well, more power to them. The co-process technology used in other countries and intensively used in Brazil over 20 years is the key to sustainability and answers to waste rightly for the capacity of replacing fossil fuels, raw materials using manufacturing of cement, representing the final solution concept of the circular economy, which occurs with the energetic material recovery waste, such as huge environmental benefits, such as reduction of CO2 emissions. That's interesting enough right there, guys. You also have logistics and reverse production. Projects aid to industries managing bodies and their programs, fulfillment of deed of undertaking the social arrangements of foreseen natural policy of solid wastes. Automobile parts, cosmetic medicines, and beverages. Good thing because some people have been dumping their medicines in the toilet, which is not good. And in most states, some states illegal. Electronics and reverse manufacturing. You also have Ambipar developed a portfolio of products for usage in environmental industries, accident avoidance, in order to diminish environmental damages, to maintain the environmental absorption line, contention line, environmental sets, sanitizer line, agricultural line, and building industrial line. You also have management softwares. The tactical and strategical supporting entrepreneurial leaders for 25 years, and the solution supports sustainability management for the current split into you have your portfolios and your management document waste systems. Now, let's go on to StockTwits, because that's where the real traders are at, and let's get the take of the real traders. By the Horns posted this at 4:05. AMBI, it took 11 halts to get retail investors to see. We still don't see. Thank you, MM. The merger with equity stocks trading under the ticker symbol AMBI and warrants under AMBIWS. The enthusiasm for AMBI temporarily sparked a circuit breaker. Break exchange operators deploy such. Well, isn't that convenient there? Johnny Dollars 502 said the shellacking from this ticker could last a couple weeks. Was average from 50. They took a small loss. Unwind my position today. Good luck to anyone reading this. The ticker will probably have a pop in the new volumes, but could be walked down again. Jiva, hopefully I pronounced the name. Sorry, Miso. AMBI, it's a damn SPAC stock, so it's a gamble. It could be another 100% if whales feel like it, or it could drop another 50% if they feel like shorting it. There's no fundamental about this. He's exactly right, because it's the wild, wild west. It's a shorter world, and it's a war of the shorters versus the system, and it's going to keep on doing like that, especially when the system keeps on hooking up the big dogs there. So they're gonna fight back all the time. He says most SPACs I notice have a couple day runs. Let's cross fingers and have some hopium that'll bounce to $4 and $5. The next stock we have is Pacwest Bank Corporation. Pacwest Bank Corporation. Last tick was $13.05, $3.30 up today. Year to date on this one, you saw resistance come up today. You were at 1680. So they drove the price up more than to 1680 right there. Going on to year to date, you've seen this one sky fall through the window, but resistance starting to pop up. We're going to find out why, because we're going to go to the Alphabet News and see why this thing skyrocketed to 16.88 cents. From regime approved media from Motley Fool, why First Republic, Western Alliance, and Pacific West Bancorp shares are rocketing higher today by Bram Berkowitz. After selling off intensely yesterday, regional bank stocks are rebounding nicely today. Shares of several banks that are coming under intense pressure on Monday's rebound Tuesday as investors shook off the jitters of recent bank runs and failures over the last week. Majak Slamanik, he wrote last about Pacwest, and the company was facing some near-term challenges from higher deposit costs and decision for reposition of the business towards a more profitable and sustainable lines of business. What's going on with the banking sector and management decision to shift the more focus of relationship based on community banking versus that it looks better through the clearly the liquidity situation of more investors' minds that are most funding the costly risk to loom even larger. There are definitely aspects of Pacwest financials that don't look so good, but they believe the bank is going to make it through the crisis. So when the Alphabet News does puts out that, you have to take it with a grain of salt, just because we know how they've played out in we won't go into other avenues, but a lot of you know what I'm talking about with some of the things. When they're saying things are good, you need to put on your thinking cap and adjust the light bulb because you don't know things that are happening here. Are Pacwest deposits at risk? I expect many readers to have questions about Pacwest along the lines of, is my money safe in Pacwest? Or is Pacwest going to collapse? If Pacwest is trending in one of the top trending stocks, you need to do your investigation into it and why you think you should put that there, because shorties could get out afterwards, which happens a lot. All of which are unsustainable given the chaos and headlines of the past week or so. Just if some of you don't know or have been hiding under a rock or you're not familiar with gold, and no, I don't have any relationship with Birch Gold or any of them, but the Philip Patrick of Birch Gold said today was yesterday was one of the busier days in Birch Gold history, because people are starting to realize that this is starting to get deteriorated and you need hard assets as far as something different. And so people are looking at that angle too. So that comes from the Birch Gold Group. And this is not a plug for them. This is just stating what they experienced yesterday as one of the busier days they had, because things are not looking good without getting censored here. Because there are some politicians that actually are calling for everybody on social media to be censored. There are politicians to be named later, which we don't. You can go find out who's called for censorship and things like that. Fully guaranteeing that both insured and uninsured deposits of SVB and the signature was a big move in that direction, and the precedent established. I believe there'll be a difficult way to back away from now and let the uninsured deposits of the bank like Pacwest twist the wind if the bank were going to be in receivership. How much would they be with Pacwest to be debatable? As per call reports, Pacwest ratios uninsured deposits is higher than average, 90%, or which SVB, nor as high as First Republic. On the other hand, that the Pacwest deposits are a large tech vertical venture-backed companies and so on, and it seems through VCs, SVP played a non-significant role in the bank's collapse. Pacwest put out a release on March 10th stating that deposits as of March 9th are $33.2 billion versus $33.9 billion at the end of quarter 4 2022. But it's certainly possible that deposits have fallen further since the partial if companies were worried about uninsured deposit exposure moved away money out of Pacwest sustainable release. Is Pacwest a risk of collapse? He says, before going into the numbers discussion is whether Pacwest is going to risk receivership. I want again to reiterate the caveat that there is so much that you can publicly available information analysis. You don't have to have the bank's balance sheet yesterday, nor it's exactly right. Exactly a decent take is that you need to take everything into account of what their balance sheet is and what they have and make your own decisions before. If someone's telling you to panic, panicking is not going down to the bank and releasing the dough, dude. That's not going to fix your issue. If everybody does that, then everything's going to be your money's going to be worthless at that point in time. So going down there and doing that is just you're just It's shown on the website. That's their website there. It looks good. It better look good because they're a freaking bank and it better be decent there. Otherwise, why would you have a website that's like MickeyMouse.com or something like that? Pacwest is a bank holding company with, here's not to bury the leads or anything like that of the website, $41 billion in assets headquartered in Los Angeles, California, with executive office in Denver, Colorado, with the wholly owned banking subsidiary Pacific West Bank. Pacific West Bank is a relationship-based community bank focused on providing business treasury management to small service middle market venture-backed businesses. The bank offers a wide range of loan, lease, and deposit products through full-service branches, California and in Durham, North Carolina, Denver, Colorado, the loan production offices around the country. You can go check out more at pacwest.com. Let's go on to stock twits, because that's where the real traders are at, and see what they got on the twits. Strike just retweeted Ace Stock 1, said, making sure the bank has sufficient liquid funds if needed does not mean the bank has a liquidity problem. Not even the biggest bank in the world has the cash available, and each and every account holder demands the deposits back right away at the same time. I don't understand why people are suddenly worried about bank's liquidity position. Exactly. Exactly my point. Yeah, totally agree with A stock there. Trite comes back with this. You don't make updates like this unless there's significant liquidity problems. Their also experience of massive bank run and fall is significant. If the Fed didn't step in Sunday, there would have been taken over, but you can buy this for trade, but significant impairment here. I would be surprised if this gets taken over by a big bank. Delta Strike has a decent take. I would have to agree with what he has to say there. You also have Yifa says, Pacwest operation update. On Friday, the Silicon Valley Bank failure, Pacwest Bancorp released operations, current liquidity, Pacwest listed at 41 billion assets, 33.2 billion deposits. March 9th, the Los Angeles Bank has 28.3 billion of loan balances, 1.9 billion in cash on hand, 5.3 billion in liquid assets for 2 billion available through cash reserve discount window. Investor 83 says, I bought most likely when the smoke clears. The selling was way overdone. We've hit COVID lows when the economy was completely shuttered. Think of that. Well, the economy was on the road to recovery. The problem is that some people here and other boards and other places don't realize that when you have massive spending by the uniparty and they keep on spending and spending and spending and spending, they're killing this economy. And if you don't change directions in which way you go, the country is going to be finished. And so this is all preventable if the spending stops. But chances are, I'm pretty sure the spending's not going to stop. That's the end of the show, guys, tonight. Please like and subscribe again. Don't make it a dog show. And good night.